Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra.
Guna ma'am, namaskaram. Jai Jinendra ma'am, we are all able to unmute. I don't know why you can't. Priya ma'am.
That time it was Uddhav Thakkare institution.
Yes, now I can. Jai Jinendra ma'am.
Jai Jinendra ma'am.
Jai Jinendra ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, very much.
Okay. Chal. Have you done the prayer? Is the prayer done?
Not yet, ma'am.
Okay. Do it, somebody, or you want me to do it? We'll do the Hey Pani Patri.
Sure.
हे पानी पात्री वीर जिन जग को बताया आपने, जग जाल में अब तक फसाया, पुण्य एवं पाप ने, पुण्य एवं पाप से है पार मग सुख शांति का, यह धर्म का है मरम, यह विस्फोट आत्म क्रांति का, क्या करे गुण गान प्रभु हम आपके उपकार का, आपने निज निधि हमें दी, नमन करते आपका, आप में प्रभु आप से, आप सी श्रद्धा जगे, दूर होवे भाव विकृत, परिणति निज मेरा में. Yes, Jai Jinendra again. Any doubts related to last class? Any class? Are you people studying? You're in the 4th year now.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, but I was just going through the chapter. Yeah, Nai Chakra and all the Nayas are a bit of an issue for me, so it needs repetitive reading. So yeah, while I've gone through, there is some understanding, but I wouldn't say that I've understood completely.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. If you have full understanding, means you have got Samyak Darshan. Or you're trying to understand, means you're trying to approach Samyak Darshan. You don't try to understand, then forget Samyak Darshan, forget Moksha Marg, forget Moksha, forget happiness. Pen दीजिए. Yes, किसी को कुछ कहना है? Anybody wants? Bolo. Nothing? Any portion that you find difficult, you're not understanding, you can ask, I can shed light on it.
It's basically it's the application of Nayas to our daily life. That's what I was trying to understand, but I've not been able to get a grip of it.
You're not able to get a grip of it.
That's it, yes.
As far as application is concerned.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. I'll just try to help you in my way. For example, if I ask you, who are you? You'll say your name, I'm Paras. And then you'll give some more details about your business, about your place of stay and all that. But are you only that much? No, you're so much more, which only you know or your Paramatma knows. Right? So when I asked you, who are you? You said Paras. So from the point of view of your name, you're Paras. But from the point of view of your age, you're not Paras. You're, say, 50-year-old person. So when you are Paras, for another question, you are not Paras. That Paras is something else. Right? Then I ask you what you do. Then you'll give a third answer. So these are different viewpoints you're applying to explain about yourself.
Sure.
Okay. So likewise, now here the question in concern was Paras, the person you are, person. But are you only Paras? In your past birth, were you Paras? In your next birth, will you be Paras?
वो लिपस्टिक नहीं जस्सी को देना
हाँ समझ के फ्रैंकी नहीं फ्रैंकी है ना. So yesterday you were not Paras. Yesterday matlab last birth. Next birth you're not Paras. So this birth your Paras is the name of the Paryay.
Sure.
The body that you're occupying. Okay, right. So the Paras is the name of the building, name of the person. But the people who are living there, the person in the personality, that is, see what you're talking is about the one peel of Paras, one peel of the person called, whom we call today as Paras. But that person is nameless. The real Paras is nameless. He's a Chaitanya Swarup. He's a Gyata Drishta Swarup. He's Gyan Darshan Swarup. He's got Anant qualities like Siddha Bhagwan. So when you talk about that pure reality that eternally you are, is the Nishchay point of view.
Sure.
Right? But that Nishchay point of view, how will you drive at? When you go and buy a fruit, you straight away don't take the juice of it. You buy the whole fruit with the peel. You know the peel, you're going to put it in the dustbin. The essence of the fruit is what you need, but it comes in a package. So the Nishchay also comes layered in a package of Vyavahar. It comes layered, and we talk about those layers as Vyavahar. Okay, now, when you talk of the Dravyarthik and Paryayarthik, who is this? Who is this? Please, the host, keep the people muted. So when you talk of the pure core essence, it is the Shuddha Dravya point of view, Dravyarthik Naya. Okay, so when you understand that I am that Dravya, and then you do the Darshan Gyan Anubhav of that is the real Vyavahar. So that is the real Vyavahar. So people say Dravyarthik Naya and Paryayarthik Naya, Dravya and Paryay, Nishchay, Vyavahar, they are all two poles apart. It's not like that. Jab Nishchay ka Nishchay happens, only then the Samyak Vyavahar starts. And when with the determination of reality, determination matlab Nishchay, of reality matlab another Nishchay happens, then only the Darshan Gyan Anubhav of it happens, and that is the real Vyavahar. So that is what is happening inside. But externally, you take to Vrat, Tap, Niyam, Upvas, Bhakti, Daya, Dan. So we call that also as Vyavahar. Like when you're going to Delhi, on the way Vijayawada comes or some place comes, you call it as a part of Delhi tour only. But Delhi has got nothing to do with Vijayawada. They're poles apart. So likewise, this Vrat, Tap, Niyam, Puja, Bhakti, Daya, Dan, they all come as a package. But if we get stuck up with it, we'll miss the bus of reality. So we have to have a very clear-cut determination of reality to embark on the journey of Moksha Marga. embark on the journey of liberation. That is called as Moksha Marga. Marga itself means path. Clear? So this is the background we have to understand in order to get Ratnatraya. So you have the Agams. So the Agam talk about so many other things, but the Paramagam are those which talk about the spiritual core essence, which you have to manifest after realization. That is Ratnatraya.
So is Paramagam a part of Agam?
No, Param means supreme. The part of the Agam which focus on spirituality are called Paramagam. Understood? Huh? It's not that they are superior to Agam or inferior to Agam or Agam are inferior to Paramagam. It's not like that. To stress upon the important points in Agam, we call it as Paramagam. Polo.
Ma'am, you said निश्चय का निश्चय होने के बाद व्यवहार, but
real व्यवहार starts.
Should it not be the other way around? First, you understand what is tangible, what is in your hand, dravya, material, which you can see, and then understand that, and then you go on to the nishchay.
Correct. So first, what will happen is like how children, they play doctor, teacher. So they are doing all jhuta vyavahar. They are not doctor, they are not teacher. But when they keep doing this jhuta vyavahar, then one fine day they will do the real vyavahar of being a doctor, no? So when we are approaching reality, that is all jhuta vyavahar. It happens on the way. Now see, you're trying to understand reality. You're doing everything, but you're not understanding the reality. Without understanding the reality, you continue to do the tangible vyavahar things. So will it amount to moksha marga? No. It is like that example I gave in the Friday class also. For a wedding, you have to have 100 preparations. So you have done 99 preparations, but one thing was missing, that identifying the bride or the bridegroom. That alone we didn't do. Everything else we did. So like that identification with the pure self did not happen. The 99 tangible things of Vyavahar we did. So will it amount to a wedding? Will it amount to achieving anything? Nothing. Zero. So after the determination of the boy, now whatever Vyavahar you do will amount to wedding preparation. No. So like that, with determination of that I am a pure soul, with that only the real Vyavahar begins, which will lead to Moksha Marga. All the other things fall out of Moksha Marga. They can get you only Punya and loads of Mithyatva. You feel you are on the path of Moksha, but without the determination of reality, how Moksha can happen? Moksha Marga cannot happen. How Moksha will happen? So, to understand that that reality is very complex. The Jiva, even though it is a pure soul like Siddha Bhagwan, but it is always into Ragdvesh, it is into Moha, it is into Klesha, it is into Sanklesh Bhav and Punya Bhav and all these Bhav. So it is not able to separate the real Bhav of the Jiv from the Karma Bhav, Karmopadhi Bhav, Upadhi Bhav, Upadik Bhav. All the Odaik Bhav, it thinks it is it. But actually it is the Paramparinamik Bhav. So whatever Uday comes, it thinks, it identifies itself with it. It becomes Prapta Pariyay mein Tanmay. Whatever Pariyay has come, it has oneness with it. But it has never become one with it. Usko Brahm ho gaya. It is in a state of illusion that it thinks it is Priya, it is Paras, it is Shobha. It is not. Even though it is not. And even though it is not, we will call each other as Paras, Shobha, Priya. With that Vyavahar only we will do, no? So Jagat mein how the Vyavahar is going on, the same way the Vyavahar will go on. But for a Samyak Drishti, it is a different approach. For a Mithya Drishti, the approach is different. The Vyavahar outside will be same. Both take Diksha, both take Upvas, both do the Keshloch, both do the Parisha, Sehen, tolerance. Everything outside is the same. But inside, it is totally different. So that difference, how it comes and what is that real viewpoint, we have to understand through Nayas. So without the understanding of Naya, Bheda Vigyan cannot happen. Without the application of Nayas, Bheda Vigyan, the science of soul science, or the science of discrimination between the unreal and the real, between darkness and light, between the immortal soul and the mortal body. And mortal body includes mortal kashai, mortal karma, all these are mortal. Mortal matlab subject to Kshanabhangurta. They are not eternal. They are not there on the surface of the soul. Sorry, they are not there in the soul. They are only there on the surface. प्रदेशों के ऊपर है, प्रदेश के अंदर नहीं है ना. सो प्रदेश, एक आत्मा के एक एक प्रदेश में इट इज ओनली चैतन्य स्वरूप, ज्ञान, दर्शन, सुख, वीर्य, आनंद. दिस इज व्हाट इज आई एम मेड ऑफ. दिस इज व्हाट इज द रियल मी. And that me time you can have for Antarmurat and get Keval Gyan, and that me time can come for after many births, after many years of practice, or it may not come at all. That is the nexus of the karmas and kashai around the soul, which the soul only has built it. Nobody else has built it for itself. Out of ignorance, out of perversion, out of lack of insight, it only has created this web of transmigration and karma and kashai around it. Even though the web is there, inside it is a pure soul. Just it has to realize, just an idea can change your life. Like that, I am a pure soul is an idea. Okay.
Yeah, so would you say, ma'am, that Praman is Nishchay and Naya is Vyavahara?
No. Both Praman and Naya help you to determine the reality. Okay. Applying the Naya, you get the complete picture of reality. Complete picture of reality is Praman.
Correct. Yes.
And
yes.
Partial view is Naya. So you keep applying the Nayas and then you get the complete picture.
So partial view of the soul, that is Naya, is it?
Yes, partial view.
Partial view of the soul, that Atma
partial view of soul and everything else. Everything else.
Okay. Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. So we have done up to page number 5 earlier. 5 we have done.
I think we need to go to Paryar. Yes, 5, I think, yes, we've done.
5 we have done. We will take up from page number 5 now.
Yeah, the Gunarthik Nai, I think we need to start that.
No. I'll just quickly tell you what is there in the page 5, 6, and then we'll proceed. Okay. So Mool Naya are Agam Naya and Adhyatmik Naya. Under Agam Naya, we have the Nishchay Vyavar. Sorry, Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya. And under Adhyatma Naya, we have the Nishchay and Vyavar. So it talks about 7 Nayas. Tattva Sutra talks about 7. Pravachan Sar talks about 47. Gomat Sar and Sanmati Tarka talk about how many Vachan Vikalp, how many thoughts, how many views we have. That many Nayas are there. And Shlokvartik talks about what to say. If you have to say it in brief, Naya is only one viewpoint. If you have to say more, you say it is 2. Vishesh Rup say there are 2. Nishchay Vyavar, Dravyarthik, Paryayarthik. If you want to elaborate and say, then 7 Nayas. And if you still want to elaborate, then it goes to numerable divisions, Sankhyat Ved. And Dhavalakar says it can be Asankhya Ved. Avantar Rup mein. Avantar means subdivisions, if you take into consideration, it becomes Asankhya Ved. Then Sarvartha Siddhi and Pravachan Sar ke Anusar, Naya are Anant. How many are the Shaktis, Gunas of the Jiva? That many viewpoints you can have of reality. So he says that in the Shastras, the Nayas are given a great detail of analysis of these Nayas is given. But in Naya Chakra and Alapa Paddhati, the Nayas are of Moolbhut Naya are Nishchay and Vyavahan. And Nishchay and Dravyarthik, Nishchay is talking about the Dravya, Dravyashrita. Okay, it is depending on the Dravya. And Vyavaharnaya is depending on the Paryay, or it brings into light the Paryay. And the Nishchay point of view brings to light the Dravya. So he is telling, who is telling? The Alap Paddhati. Naya Chakra and Alap Paddhati author, they are telling that these two Naya, Dravyarthik and Paryayarthik, are the Hetu for Nishchay and Vyavahan. This is the statement. Now he is going to refute that statement. For that, he is going to give you some valid points. Okay. So he says, somewhere they say Nishchay Vyavahan are dependent on Dravya Paryay. Then you say Dravya Paryay are dependent on Nishchay Vyavahan. So what is this? So he says that Mool Naya, okay. See, in that same text, Naya Chakra, in one place they are telling Nishchay Vyavahan are the Mool Naya. In another place, they are telling the Dravyarthik and Paryayarthik are the Mool Naya. And all the others are divisions of these. So who is the Mool? And why this confusion? So in another question it will come, when Praman and Naya are enough for understanding reality, why are you telling us to understand 4 more divisions of Nishchay, Vyavahan, Dravyarthik, Paryayarthik? Praman and Naya bol diya na, viewpoint bol diya na. Why you have to go on, keep dissecting the, it's like baal ki khal nikalna. है ना? क्यों इतने नए बता रहे हो? Why are you talking about this many nayas? So he is going to give the answer for this question. So I hope the question is clear. Now he says that there are 2 viewpoints to call these 2 sets of nayas as Mool Naya. The statement should be very clear to you. There are 2 viewpoints to call these 2 sets of nayas as Moola Naya. So Dr. Hukamchand Ji Bharan says that Nishchay Naya ko Dravyashrit, Nishchay Naya talks about the Dravya, Vyavaharnaya talks about the Paryay. Hai na? So he's tried to reconcile these 4. Okay? But still, we cannot call them as synonyms. You can't say Nishchay is synonymous to Dravyarthik and Vyavahan is synonymous to Paryaya. No, it cannot be called. So for that, now he's going to give the answer from page number 7 onwards. Some 4-5 points he gives. He says that these 2 are different ways of approaching the reality. Nishchay Vyavahan is one way and Dravyarthik Paryayarthik is another way. Like you have a hill. So there are so many ways to reach the top of the hill, no? So like that, one way is Nishchay Vyavahan, another way is Dravyarthik Paryayarthik. So when you go to the top of the hill, you get a complete picture of the whole area and the mountain and the people down on the mountain. Everything you have a viewpoint, an aerial viewpoint or a complete viewpoint you have. So if you are only in one part of the hill, supposing this is the hill, you are on this part of the hill. So you don't know what is there on this part. But if you are here on the top, you know what is here, you know what is here, you know what is here, you know what is here. So there can be so many ways to reach the hill. So one is the Nishchay Vyavahan, one is the Dravyarthik Paryayarthik. Both help you to reach to the, to have a complete view of reality. Okay. So he says, if you want to talk about spirituality, spirituality means the nature of the soul, which is minus the karma, kashai, everything. Then it is called as Adhyatma and it is called as the Nishchay Vyavahan viewpoint. But if you say the Jeev is with karma, with kashai, then it is a Dravyarthik Paryayarthik point. The diluted one with all the karma kashai is the Dravya Paryay point of view. And when you separate it from all the dilutions and all the impurities, you get the pure soul. That is the Nishchay point. That is the Agam, Adhyatma point of view. Clear? Yahan tak clear? Okay. So that is on page number 7, first paragraph. So he says that in Adhyatma Paddhati, Paddhati means methodology, to understand the spiritual quotient of the soul, we use the Nishchay Vyavahar, and to understand the secrets of the Agamas, we go to the Dravyarthik and Paryayarthik point of view. Now he says, even though these two Shailis are different, yet you cannot have a line of division that here ends the boundary of Nishchay Vyavahar and here begins the boundary of Dravya Pandit. They are overlapping. Okay, you cannot have a bifurcation line that here this is this is this. Okay, so now he says, even though they are not Paryayvachi, they are not synonymous, yet Dravyarthik comes closer to Nishchaynaya and Paryayarthik comes closer to Vyavaharnaya. वो बात वापस हम पहले ही कर चुके. Next he says, Moolnay can be said 4, can be said 2, can be said this way, that way, but 4 are important. Now he says that if you call the Dravyarthik Paryayarthik Naya as the Hetu matlab cause for Nishchay Vyavahar, and Agam को अध्यात्म का हेतु कहना चाहते हैं. Okay, Agam are the hetu for Adhyatma, because Agam nahi hai to how you'll understand the Adhyatma. So Agam is the base and it is the cause for Adhyatma. But all those who are having the Agam Gyan, are they understanding the Adhyatma? Have we understood the Adhyatma? Even though we have been so many times to the Samosharan, we have done all Pratap, Niyam, Diksha. Have we understood the Adhyatma? No. Why? Because we didn't know the complex reality. We did not know the methodology to understand that complex reality. We didn't know the way to approach it and to understand it and then absorb in it and then have the real spiritual quotient in our life. We did not understand. So Agam cannot be the hetu for Adhyatma. Okay, Agam is not the hetu. Then remove all the Agam. Don't go to the Agam. Don't read the Agam. Then how you'll understand the Adhyatma? It is like that finger, you know. You need the finger to point to the moon, but if you're stuck up with the finger, you can't see the moon. So without the Agam are all pointing towards Adhyatma. Dev, Guru, Shastra. Who is Dev? Who is Bhagwan? Bhagwan is an embodiment of all the spiritual qualities. He is not the body. He is the guna. Like sugar is an embodiment of all this sweetness and whiteness and all these things. If you remove the sweetness from the sugar, will you use that sugar? Will it be of any use? No. Likewise, if you remove all the qualities from the soul, it is a dead soul. It's of no use. What to do with such a soul? Supposing you have plastic, remove all the qualities of plastic. It's a dead material. Dead matlab it's already a dead material, but it's of no use. So likewise, he's telling that Atma ka sakshat hit karne wala to Adhyatma. Okay, only the understanding of spirituality only can be beneficial for the soul. And who assists in this? Who helps in this? It is the Agam. Okay, so Agam only can help over here. So he says that Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya, both are Nishchay Vyavahar Naya ke hetu hai ya nahi hai. It cannot be said. One cannot be the cause for the other. Why he's telling? Now very important point he's telling. In Dravyarthik Naya, there are many divisions. You are going to study 10 divisions. So, in the spiritual world, those Vyavahar, they are called as Vyavahar. So, first you said Dravyarthik Naya is equivalent to Nishchay Naya. But under Dravyarthik Naya, you are having Vyavahar. So, it cannot be equivalent to Nishchay. Then he says, in Paryayarthik Naya, there are many divisions. And somewhere you will find division related to Nishchay also. So, Vyavahar and Nishchay cannot be correlated. You understand? Vyavahar and, Paryay and Vyavahar cannot be correlated because under Dravya, you have discussion of Vyavar. Under Paryayarthik, you have discussion of Nishchay. So they cannot be correlated. Okay? So one cannot be the Hetu for the other. So he's telling that Mool Naya to Nishchay and Vyavar hai. And Dravyarthik Paryayarthik Naya ko Nishchay Vyavar ka Hetu Dravyarthik Paryayarthik Naya should lead to Nishchay Vyavar. So they come under Mool Naya. Clear? So they come under Mool Naya. Now the next question is should there be a Gunarthik Naya? Now comes on, we are on page number 8. I'm doing every paragraph. Wherever there is repetition, I'm avoiding it. Wherever there is repetition, I'm avoiding it. Otherwise, I'm trying to do every sentence, every word from this little book. Now he says, Gunarthik Naya. You all know, Utpad Vyay Dravya Yuktam Sat. Guna Paryay Vad Dravyam. All these definitions you have learnt in Tattvartha Sutra. What is Dravya? Dravya is that which constitutes of Guna and Paryay. These gunas are all akram bhavi. Akram means what? They are simultaneously existing in the Dravya. They don't come one after the other. They are ever present in the Dravya. They are called as guna. And these gunas operate through the Paryay, which come in a sequence. That is what we studied in Krambad Paryay. Sequentially bound operation of the Dravya is called as Krambadda Paryay. So Krambad Paryay is not talking about Paryay. It is talking about the Dravya that operates through the Paryay sequentially. So when what Gay will come in our Gyan comes in a sequence. When what Rag Dvesh will come, it will come in sequence. When what Kashay will come and go, it will go in a sequence. We go in the Gunasthan in a sequence. Everything in this whole universe is sequentially bound. Your 1 to 100 comes in a sequence. Your Sunday, Monday comes in a sequence. January, February comes in a sequence. Childhood, youth, adulthood comes in a sequence. Your aging comes in a sequence. The cells in the body are placed in a sequence. The carbon chain is in a sequence. The sun, moon, all rotating, revolving in their orbits in a sequence. The seasons come in a sequence. The thoughts come in a sequence. Everything in this universe, when what is to happen is already predetermined in Kevli Bhagwan's Gyan, but not in our Gyan. But if we accept this, when what is to happen, it will happen. I'm only a knower and seer. Then only you can remain a knower and seer. Otherwise, you'll always be worried and anxious. Oh my God, I have to do this, I have to do that, this has to happen, that has to happen. So that monkey mind, that Karta Buddhi keeps us down. It does not help us, it does not allow us to evolve to the transcendental state that we actually are. Okay, so to go to the transcendental state, you have to know how to go beyond the mind state, mind speech state, beyond body state. So beyond the body consciousness, everything comes the soul consciousness, which is ever present, but we are not conscious of that consciousness. And how it will come? Only by understanding these philosophical concepts, and you become nischint. You can experience this moksha sukha here and now. Because any desire you have that is against the path of moksha marg, moksha. Desirelessness is moksha. Siddha Bhagwan sitting in Siddhashila, and actually they are not sitting on Siddhashila, they are all absorbed in their Gyan Darshan Swabhav. The whole universe is reflected in their Gyan. Yet they are not bothered about anything. So how did they get that magnitude of Gyan? They reach that magnitude of Gyan by understanding the Gyan Swabhav and not getting bothered about the little gay comes in our Gyan. They started ignoring it. They started respecting the Gyan. So now this Gyan became, it was a spark, now it became a flame. And in that flame, they could see the whole universe. And yet, the basic principle not to get affected by it. That vitrag, that is called vitragta. Then that Gyan became Vigyan, became Vishishta Gyan. So if we have to go to that level, first we have to understand the ideal correctly. What is our objective? What is real Moksha Marga? We have to understand correctly. Without that understanding, if we have an impaired or a flawed understanding, then it is of no use, actually no use. Actually speaking, no use. Maybe little use, it will get you punya, you'll go to Devalok, but after that what? Again, big question. This mistake we have been doing since Anadika. Ek do janam ka bhool nahi hai. Janam, this is the original sin. Okay, I don't want to go to that. So he's asking Gunarthik Naya. So you understand Utpad Vyay Dravya. And that Dravya operates through Gun and Paryay. The Gun are Dravya. And the Paryay is Utpad Vyay. Understood? Three things. Utpad Vyay Dravya and Dravya Gun Paryay. So all the six are there in the Dravya. Right? All are talking about the Dravya. Now this Dravya can be the Jiva Dravya, can be our soul, can be all the souls, can be the whole universe, can be Pudgal, can be the Skanda, anything. Even Akash, Dharma, Adharma, everything in this whole universe is self-regulated by these six things. The universe comprises of 6 dravyas. So dravya. And all these dravya have the gunas. Each one's guna is different from the other. But there are some guna which are common to all the 6. We saw astitva, vastutva, dravyatva, prameyatva. In the first Vitrag Vigyan Bal Bodh itself, we studied all that. And these gunas operate through the paryay. So the paryay, this dravya operates through gun and paryay. So now this paryay is utpad and vyaya. One paryay goes, another paryay comes. So the paryay going is called vyaya. The paryay coming is called utpad. But what is constant is the dravya nature of the dravya. Dravya means eternal nature of the dravya. Dravya is dravya. Right? So now he's telling, now we'll leave this utpad vyaya dravya for a minute. We'll take these 3. So he's telling dravya gun paryay. 3 things you told. So you're talking about the dravyarthik naya and you're talking about paryayarthik naya. Why don't you talk about a gunarthik naya? Understood the question? Okay, gunarthik naya, why it is not there? So he says, dravya or paryay. So, if you take any vastu means anything, you can look at it from the dravya point of view, paryay point of view. So why are you not telling us to look at it from the gun? Gun also are an important aspect of the dravya. So the gun, now listen to me, one new technical word coming up. The gun are ansh and the dravya is anshi. Like for example, your whole house is anshi and one room in your house is ansh. Your whole body is anshi and the nose is one ansh. Okay, like this book is anshi and this page is a part called ansh. So anshi means whole and ansh means part. Okay, so when you talk about the dravya, you're saying gun paryay vad dravyam. Dravya is that in which gun and paryay are there. And that which talks about the dravya ka ansh. Okay, that which talks about the dravya ka ansh is the dravyarthik viewpoint. And that which talks about the paryay is the paryayarthik point of view. So why no gunarthik naya? Now comes the answer. for this question. The question is clear. Ansh, Anshi, and Dravyansh, Paryayansh. Dravyansh, Paryayansh. For example, if you take your whole house as one Dravya, then room is one Ansh. But if you take the room as one Paryay, then one small dust in the room will be the another thing, no? Paryay ka Ansh. But that Paryay ka Ansh is also a Paryay, part of that whole house also. So वो द्रव्य का भी अंश है और पर्याय का भी अंश. So that complex reality is. Okay. So now he says the answer to this question. There is no need for a gunarthik naya. Why? Because when you say dravya, you're actually talking about the gunas. And when you say paryay, it is nothing but the operation of the guna, operation of the dravya. So two viewpoints are enough. There is no need for a gunarthika naya. Why? The paryay, no, paryay is of two types, kramabhavi and sahabhavi. You can note down on page number 8. Last but one line.
So what is Vivakshit?
Vivakshit means desirable. कहाँ लिखा है? हाँ, ऊपर आया. So when you say dravyarthik nay, okay, I'll do that paragraph. Okay. See here, you all have this picture. So I told you to write down the samanya. See here, all of you look at this picture again. You have to talk about reality. You want to know the reality, matlab nature of any substance. It can be atom, it can be jeev, it can be the whole universe. Okay, it can be anything and everything in this under the sun is called as vastu, thing, living thing, non-living thing. And it's a complex reality. You have to look at it from 4 viewpoints. Vastu, look at it from dravya, kshetra, kal, bhav. Dravya means substance, kshetra means place, kal means time, and bhav means essence. Now, when you look at it from the dravya point of view, you have 2 aspects, samanya and vishesh, called as general and particular. If you want, you all write down what I'm telling, because you will be needing this stuff again and again and again. 1 second, don't give me a minute. मैं जाऊं अंदर? देखो देखो उधर जा रहा है कचरा. क्या कर रहे हो? इधर डालो ना. So you have general and particular. Like for example, if I say what is India, you'll say your homeland, India. So India is one general thing. But in that there are particular states, particular districts, particular villages. So they are called as Vishesh. So general and particular. Supposing you want to go and buy some utensils. So when you start from your house, you will say, I'm going to the steel market. So steel is the general thing that you're talking. But when once you land in the shop, you don't go and say, show me some steel things. You have to say the particular things you want. Whether you want a bowl or a glass or a plate or a spoon or some gift item. Particular. Likewise, when you start, when you go to the mall, you say, I'm going to the mall. That is a general thing. But once you step into the mall, you look for the particular shops, maybe a mobile shop or a popcorn shop or whatever. Particular. Now you have landed with the mobile shop. So I want to go to the mobile shop. So that is a general statement. Once you step into the mobile, you don't tell him, show me mobile. You say, show me the different brands, particular brands. In that particular brand also, you want this particular design, particular color. But when you embarked on the journey to buy a mobile, how did you start? With a general statement, I'm going to the mobile shop. Likewise, when you start on a business, you say, I'm going to think of a business. So general statement. Now you have to go into the particulars. What kind of business? how long, with whom, how much investment, where to do it, how to approach. So all the particulars have to be on the blueprint table. Then only you start executing. So this is how we function. This is how things are. So he's telling, so you understood the general and particular. Now you come to the second part, which is kshetra ki apeksha se abhed and bhed. So when you say your place, your house is abhed. Abhed means you don't differentiate between the square feet, 1 square feet and the other. It's abhed. It's all square feet. But when you're building the house, you have to do the bhed. The room will be here, kitchen will be here, balcony will be here. You do all the bhed. Likewise, in the Akash Pradeshas, they are all Akash Pradesh. They are abhed. But this Akash Pradesh is India, this Akash Pradesh is Pakistan, this is Australia, this is America, this is that. So you're doing all the bhed, no? So have you cut the Akash? Has the Akash become pieces? No, nothing has happened there. It remains one undivided whole. Understood? Likewise, when you take the Atma Pradeshas, they are all Atma Pradeshas. There is no difference between them. But to understand, we will say, oh, this is in this Pradesh, this is there, that is there, this is how it is there. All understanding, may we do all the feeling, we do all the bifurcation and all these things. So understood Kshetra point of view. So all these four, why we are applying on Atma? Because we want to understand the Atma and get Samyak Darshan. We have told earlier in Tatvar Sutra, Samyak Darshan, Gnan, Charitrani, Moksha Marga, through Praman and Naya, you have to understand the 7 Tattvas. That 5 statements over there you should not forget in Tatvar Sutra. Sorry, dear. So understood Kshetra? Okay. Then comes the Kal. Kal may what? How you will understand Kal? Supposing I ask you, you're eternal or non-eternal? Time is eternal or non-eternal? We will say time is eternally operating on all the dravyas, but in an uneternal way. Present is becoming past, future is becoming present. So the past, present, future ka vyavahar is happening, which is non-eternal, and time as such is eternal. So likewise, we as Atma are eternal. But every moment the Paryaya is non-eternal. So Paryaya point of view, non-eternal. But from the Dravya point of view, we are always existing, eternal. Whether in Nigodh or in Moksha. Atoms are also eternally existing. But in the molecular form, the Paryaya is always changing, non-eternal. Likewise, in our Atma is eternally Gyan Swabhav. There is no moment when we are not doing Gyan. But every moment the Gyan ki Paryaya is changing, non-eternal. You're able to understand, Paraspai?
Yes, ma'am.
Malarvili madam, Sonal. I'll ask you to explain this chart now. Then comes Bhav. For example, I ask you mango. So you'll say mango is one, ek mango. But in that one mango, there will be many anek bhav. Like there will be sourness, there will be sweetness. Today it is a raw mango, so it is sour. The same mango becomes ripe, the sweetness which was latently there appears. Anek. So, ek mein anek and anek mein ek. Unity in diversity. India is a diverse land. All have different ways of religion, different ways of dressing up, different ways of food and everything different. Yet we all are one Indians. So, anekata mein ekata, ye Hind ki visheshata. Diverse viewpoints, diverse sects, diverse religions. Yet we all are bound by that one spirit of Indianness. Likewise, even though all the 6 dravya are diverse, yet they all are one astitva, existing, operating in their own nature. Even though Atma has infinite properties, anek, yet it is one Atma. It is one undivided whole of infinite properties. It is one Atma, but infinite anek properties. And these anek properties are the paryay. From the paryayarthic point of view, if you look at the complex reality, the different attributes of the reality, it is paryayarthic. But when you look at that reality, as such, it is the dravyarthic point of view. Okay, so when you understand that I am that eternal pure soul, then these momentary things don't bother us. That is when Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra will happen. Today I am a Mithya Drishti. It is Anitya. The Paryaya is Anitya. Atma is not Mithya Drishti. The Drishti, the viewpoint is Mithyatva. But that Atma as such is not Mithyatva. Atma is a Atma only. So what if I have Mithyatva now? I'll overcome it. It's only a Paryaya. The past Paryaya, in my past I was bad. For that, why do I have to brood in the present? That Paryaya is gone. Supposing I got angry or I did something. Okay, that was to happen at that moment. Now, aage badho. Forgive yourself for that. Forget it. Focus on the eternal pure soul. That is how we have to apply this understanding of this complex reality. So, Dravya Drishti is called Samyak Drishti. Paryaya Drishti is equal to Mithya Drishti. It's a drishti. It's a drishti. Drishti means it's an attitude, it's an approach, it's a viewpoint, it's an understanding only. So if your understanding is correct and you absorb in the vastu, understanding, applying the dravyarthic point of view, then the real paryay of Gyan, Darshan, Charitra, everything will come. Samajh mein aaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Just get one hanky. Okay. So now come back over here. See, when you talk of gun, okay, gun are all abhed. Here you have to take this side. Gun all come here. Abhed. For example, in Atma, Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya, all are there. I'll give an example. In your pav bhaji ki bhaji, you have put 50 masalas. So at the tip of a bhaji, all the 50 masalas are there or not? Can you separate all the masalas now?
No, ma'am.
So
We
they are
cannot
abhed.
separate.
Abhed means you can't separate them. Bhed means you can separate them. Okay. So when you look at this abhed, when you look at the general, when you look at the eternal, when you look at the one thing, it is always the gunas. It is always looking at the gunas. But when these gunas are operating through bhed, through this thing, Vishesh, then we will say it is the paryayarthik. So here you have taken here two eyes are given and one eye is closed and the other eye is open. So when the other eye is open means these aspects of reality are desirable, vivakshit. At that time, you're closing the other eye means you are making it secondary, not desirable right now. That doesn't mean they don't exist in the substance. That doesn't mean that these both don't exist in the substance. Only thing is now it is not important. For example, your wife is your wife. She's somebody's mother, she's somebody's daughter is of secondary importance. That is called avivakshit. Secondary importance, not important right now in consideration. is called avivakshit. And what is desirable, pradhan, it is called as vivakshit. So when these aspects of reality become desirable, that viewpoint is called dravyarthik naya. And that time, your eye is closed to all the other aspects that are existing in the reality. So in deep meditation, when we focus on the gyayak, the gyan paryay becomes secondary. When you focus on the gyan, the gyayak dravya becomes secondary. When you're focusing on the ocean, the wave is not in sight. When you're focusing on the wave, the ocean is not in sight. But both are coexisting in the reality. Ocean and the wave are relatively true. If you have to talk about the whole ocean, it is praman. But when you talk about different aspects of the ocean, it is naya. So in Keval Gyan, applying this praman and naya, when the Atma becomes pratyaksh, the whole Gyayak Swarup, you come face to face with the pure soul. That is the 12th Gunasthan. And in it, the Ananta Keval Gyan, Keval Darshan manifest. That is a paryay that happens. So whether the soul is a Keval Gyani or not, eternally it is Gyan Swabha. That is the Samanya. And Vishesh is some Keval Gyan, Samyak Gyan is Vishesh. If you focus on the Vishesh, you won't get it. If you focus on the Samanya, the Vishesh will happen. If you are interested in Keval Gyan will not come. You focus on the Samanya Swabhav of the Atma. That Gyan becomes pure and pure and pure and pure. That is when the Keval Gyan happens. The magic of. But how you'll focus on the Gyan? This Gyan is again a complex reality of Gyayak, Gye, Gyanakar, Gyayakar. So the gunas are operating in this way. They are abhed, they are one, they are samanya. All the 8 are existing. But you have to know when to. So you close this, you open this. You open this, you close this. Or you close this, you open this. You badal ke, churn it, you do. That is when the ghee, butter of Keval Gyan comes out from the substance. So Gyans, see, you have done in Chedhala, no? There is one beaker in which all the buttermilk is there and you're doing the churning of the entire lok ka picture is there. And then here the Keval Gyan ka butter has come out. So in the milk, the butter is there. The ghee is there. But can you take it out just like that looking at the milk? No, there is a method. And that method is you have to first make it into curd. And then the curd, you have to do the churning. Continuously, you have to do the churning. One end of the rope, you have to leave. The other end, you have to catch. And you have to badal ke. When you are leaving one, you have to hold one. When you hold one, you leave one. So this is the Nishchay Vyavahar. This is the Dravyarthik Paryayarthik Naya. And you keep doing the churning of that Gyan. That Gyan Swabhav is the doodh, milk, in which the Keval Gyan ghee is hidden or butter is hidden. But without this churning through the Nayas, that butter, that ghee will not come out. So until and unless and then that butter has come, now you have to heat that butter and you have to remove all the impurities. Even if little impurity is there, it can cause some fermentation and kharab ho jata hai. So all impurities have to be removed to get that pure clarified butter, ghee, that Keval Gyan. Everything else has to drop. But how it will drop without the application of the Nayas, it won't happen. So understood Vivakshit, Avivakshit. So now the gunas are all Krambhavi. Krambhavi means the gunas are all Sahabhavi. simultaneously existing and operating in the dravya. Whereas the paryay come in a sequentially bound manner. Paryay. Okay. So Manushya is a dravya, and the childhood, youth, old age are the different stages. So they are all coming one after another sequence. So they are the paryay. And then in the Manushya, there are infinite qualities of Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Virya, all these qualities. They are Sahabhavi. They're ever existing in the Dravya. Whether you know it or not, you realize it or not, you understand it or not, the Shuddha Atma Dravya is like that only. Nobody has made it. It is found like that only in the universe. And Kevali Bhagwan have known it, seen it, revealed it. So they are worthy of worship. In order to see, if you worship the Paramatma, but you don't fix your objective of worship, that worship is also what? Sansar Margon. Are you all able to understand?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Anybody who is not understanding? Okay. So the paryay and the guna, they are both existing together. They are not different. So when you focus on the gunas, these gunas are of the dravya. So it is a dravyarthic point of view. And these gunas are operating through paryay. So when you focus on that operation, it is a paryayarthic viewpoint. So gun comes under both dravya and paryay. So there is no need for another gunarthik naya. Okay. So वस्तु में सह अनेकांत के सिद्धि के लिए गुण युक्त को द्रव्य. So in the dravya, the gunas are existing saha anekant. Saha means with, aneka means infinite ways. The gunas are there in order to accomplish. See, I'll give you one example. Supposing I ask you what is an ocean. You'll describe the properties of the ocean, no? It is a huge mass of water, unfathomable, salty water. So you're expressing the gunas. Supposing I ask you, what is your mother? So you'll tell about her guna. My mother is a beautiful lady. She's a very kind lady. She's a very generous lady. So you are only talking about the adjectives. What your mother is, you know in your praman. But how will I know your mother? Only through her gunas. So in your in your mother, there may be many gunas. But when you talk about it, you'll talk one after the other, no? So saha anekant, there are many viewpoints of your mother, and they all are coexisting in the mother. But how will you explain it? Through kram only, no? After one paryay, you'll explain another. So that is how the complex reality is. So there is no need for another gunarthik naya. It is suffice to have dravyarthik and paryayarthik viewpoints. That was the question and the answer. Now take to page number 9. He's asking another very important question, that through praman, you will know the dravya and the paryay. Okay. Then what is the need for dravyarthik naya and paryayarthik? What is the need for dravyarthik naya and paryayarthik naya? In praman, you are knowing the dravya and the paryay. So why are you talking about it? Now he says, in the vastu, in any substance, there are dravya and paryay, and to know them in the right way, only we use the dravyarthik and paryay. We can apply the dravyarthik naya, paryayarthik naya, and understand the complex dravya and paryay functioning. Okay, that is the answer he is going to give. So he says, very nicely he says, through praman, you know the dravya and paryay. Then will you not know the nayas which talk about the dravya and paryay? Okay. Now he says, there is a difference in knowing through Praman and Naya and through Dravyarthik Naya and Paryayarthik Naya. You understood the question? He says there is some technical difference in applying the Praman and Naya and knowing a reality, and applying Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya and knowing the reality. Without the application of Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya, the Praman cannot be known. Okay? Praman cannot happen. Valid knowledge cannot happen. Now take point number 1. He's going to give 7, 8 points for this. First he says, in Praman Gyan, there is primary and secondary consideration viewpoint. Okay, primary and secondary consideration is there. But under Naya, this kind of vyavastha is not there. You understood? Primary and secondary ki vyavastha is not there.
It's the reverse, no?
I'll tell you. When you say an elephant, what is an elephant? So it is all the aspects of an elephant. But when you say from the tail point of view, the elephant is like a rope. That is pradhan. Other things are all gone. I told the other way. In Naya, the pradhan gone vyavastha is there. In Praman, the pradhan gone vyavastha is not there. Sorry if I made a mistake. Okay, so in Praman, you will know the whole reality, whereas in Naya Gyan, you have to take only one aspect of the reality and ignore the other aspects of reality. Ignore. That doesn't mean you have to pierce your eye and remove that eye. No, you have to just close it. You have to just make it secondary. It is important, but not right now. Okay, so one aspect becomes important, the other aspect is not important. So that is the first point. Second point is
in Praman, you take the whole, all Nayas together and construct a whole picture, right? You don't take primary and secondary.
See here, the 6 blind men seeing an elephant. They are blind. They don't know the Praman of the elephant. They don't have valid knowledge of the elephant. So how will you make them understand the elephant?
Okay, you take each part of it and say this is the tail, this is that is in the Naya part of it. But as a Praman, you say the elephant is like a trunk, like a pillar, like a wall, like a fan, like a rope, everything, and this is what it is. There is no differentiation, there is no secondary, primary in Praman, right?
See here, the 6 people are blind. They don't have the view of the elephant that you and I have. So you make all the 6 people see all the 6 aspects of the 6 people.
Correct. That is Praman.
Then it becomes Praman for that blind man. He, in his picture, in his Gyan, he gets a picture of elephant. He is not seeing the elephant directly. But in his Gyan, he is able to construct an image of an elephant. So elephant has 6 parts, and from these 6 parts, it is like these 6 things.
Yes. So there is no primary, secondary in Praman.
Listen. So when one person is telling that the elephant is like a rope, is the whole elephant like a rope? No. Only with respect to this part of the tail, the elephant is like a rope. At that same time, it is not like a rope from other point of views. So here Pradhan, here gone. So the tail part is Pradhan. When you say elephant is like a rope, with respect to the tail part only, not with respect to other parts. All the other parts of the elephant, it is not like a rope. So when you say
I could say the tail is like a rope, the rest is like the same. Not only
one is Pradhan, the other are all gone. One is primary, rope is primary. At that time, it is like a barrel, it is like a fan, it is like a pillar, it's all secondary. That doesn't mean they are not there in the elephant. They are all there, but now I'm focusing only on the rope part.
No, but what you're saying is pradhan or praman? You said
Pradhan,
praman.
Pradhan and gone. So now now you take that person, you tell him to leave the tail. Ask him to feel the leg. Now if he keeps that elephant is like a tail, he will think they are two different objects. Tail wala elephant is another elephant, and the pillar leg wala elephant is another elephant. He won't get a correct picture of reality. So when he's feeling the leg, he'll understand that the elephant is like a pillar. That time what happens to his view of elephant is like a rope. It takes a back seat. It is there, but it is not important now. Secondary viewpoint, a primary viewpoint. Ho gaya. Then he goes to the third part, like that fourth, fifth, sixth part. Now all the 6 parts he is felt. He's blind, he can only feel. Likewise, Atma is not having Keval Gyan. It is handicapped. It is having only Mati Shrut Gyan. It doesn't have the whole view of reality. It is handicapped like that blind man. How will you make this blind man understand the whole reality that you're going to cognize in Keval Gyan? So you have to understand the whole reality, applying the Nayas, and then in your Anuman Gyan, it becomes Praman, and then you keep reflecting on that Anuman Gyan again and again and again. It becomes Pratyaksh, it becomes Keval Gyan. Like, for example, looking at the body. All the while we were thinking we are the body. But now we have the Anuman, that who is the one who is knowing that this is a body? Oh, I am that Gyan, Paryay. From where this Paryay is coming? It is coming from the Trikal Gyayak Samudra. Oh, I am that Gyan Samudra. I am not this. I am not just Gyan Matra. I am a whole reservoir of Gyan. Like the elephant is not just rope Matra. It is not just pillar Matra. It is so many things more. Like that in Anuman, in inference, you infer the existence of that reality. And as you keep inferring, your Vyavahar also gets corrected. Your Charnanuyog gets corrected. And in Karnanuyog, all your karmas drop. And that Shuddha Dravyanuyog you're applying. And you understand that Shuddha Dravya. And your name comes in Prathamanuyog. You become Aryant. You've conquered all your Shatrus, your enemies. So without the application of this Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya, we cannot get the Nishchay of Nishchay. And then the real Vyavahar will not start. So you understood how all the 4 are important. Without the application of Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya, the Nishchay of Nishchay cannot happen. Praman cannot happen. Samyak Darshan Gnan Charitra cannot happen. Or in another way, I can say, only with the application of Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya, the Nishchay of Nishchay will happen and the real Vyavahar will start and the Jeev will come on Moksha Marga, and within Antar Muhurat, it can get Keval Gyan. This whole thing can take just Antar Muhurat time, or it can take many births and many ages, or it may not happen at all. That complex this reality is, and that complex this Naya Chakra is. And if you don't know how to use the chakra, you don't know how to use that weapon, you can end up hurting yourself. You will become Nishchaya Bhasi, Vyavara Bhasi, Ubhaya Bhasi. All these are Pramana Bhas, Naya Bhas, Hetva Bhas. We studied, no? In logic, Shobha madam.
Yes, ma'am.
Pramana, Hetva Bhas, Naya Bhas. Again, you're going to study all this when you do the logic text Pariksha Mukh in your 10th semester. Again, you will need all this stuff.
Ma'am, the other thing also is, I mean, these are all by your own efforts trying to understand through Naya and everything. But unless you have the Upadan, you won't get the,
Okay,
yeah. So
okay.
whatever you do, you still have to wait for that Upadan moment to get that. It's
Nice question. I'll tell you one thing. The day you realize that is your awakening of your Upadan. How will you know Upadan when it will come? Kevali Bhagwan ke gyan mein they know. But you cannot sit with that. That I have to do the Purusharth. When you are doing the Purusharth, that is only your Upadan time. When you are not exerting to do the Purusharth, then that Upadan time will not come. The day you exert is your Swakal. And you are not exerting, that you are in Parkal. All this is written in that Krambad Paryay book also, that it is written there. Nothing I'm telling from, I've all borrowed knowledge only from these books. See, when you go deep into this Dravya, it's a very beautiful thing, dear. When you go deep into this, no, you become so anxiety-free, tension-free, desireless. Always you're in a state of positivity and bliss and happiness. Do nothing, be happy. The Anand is my nature. Gyan, Anand, Swabhav. So every time knowing, seeing, being happy. Knowing, seeing, being happy. Or rather knowing, being happy. In knowing there is happiness. In the knowing nature there is happiness. Not in knowing XYZ, not in knowing Agam, not in knowing Paramatma, no. Our knowing, no, there was one very beautiful terminology used by Pandit ji. अब हम लोग है ना गे आक्रांत हो जाते हैं. आक्रांत, you understand? आतंकवादी, आक्रांत, है ना? So whatever गे comes in our gyan, the gyan has to terrorize. It is terrorized. Either it will go in fear, or it will go in moha, or it will go in ragdvesh. So the gyan ke upar avaran. Jnanavaran, Darshanavaran, Mohaniya, Antray, all the 4 Ghati karma, it is binding. But okay, whatever gay is coming in my gyan, it is gay only, no? In the mirror, there is no peacock. The peacock ka reflection is there in the mirror. But in the mirror, there is no peacock. Likewise, in my gyan, there is only gyan. There is no gay in it. My gyan has become my gayer. So now you are, any gay that comes in your gyan is not terrorizing you. That is when your gyan becomes keval. You're working towards your own keval gyan. That is samaik. That is pratikraman. That bhav is samaik. Pratikraman, upvas, diksha, sallekhana. But if we don't know this, then you do all this vrat, tap, niyam, upvas. It doesn't amount to moksmarg wala tap or kriya. So jnana kriya bhyam mokshaha. Jnana or jnana ki kriya. Jnana is ever happening in us. So when you see the Gyan Samanya, then that what is happening in your Gyan, what Gay is coming, Keval Gyan is coming, Vishesh, you are not bothered. That is when the whole Lokalok will appear before. When you need it, it won't come. When you don't need it, it will come. How, for this Panditji gives a very beautiful example. There is a Dule Raja, Maple, and a lot of dowry has come. All the house members are taking interest in the dowry, but nobody will get that dowry. Who will get that dowry? One who is not seeing it. The Dule Raja is seeing the bride only. In his Gyan, he is only thinking about the bride. With the bride comes all the package. So if he takes interest in the package, then maybe they will not give him only, or they will not take him as a maple. Supposing one boy goes to and sees a girl and he asks how much you're going to give, what car you're going to give, come on, tell me, how much dowry. Then that they will see that boy for their alliance. No. He's taking interest in the Pudgal. He's not interested in the girl. So we'll get a better boy for our child. And the boy goes to the house and he's not taking any interest in anything that is spread over there in the house. Like a Vitaragi, he watches. And he's taking only interested in the girl. So he knows all this will come with the girl. So like that, a Samyak Drishti is taking interest in the bride, that is the Gyan Swabhav. He is not interested in the Keval Gyan package that Gyan is going to get. That is called Vairagya. That is called Vitaragata. Then that Gyan becomes Vigyan and it becomes Keval Gyan. That is Vitaraga Vigya. And it is Shiva Swarup, Shivakar. Namahu Triyoga Samharike. I go beyond my Man, Vachan, Kaya and I absorb in it and I manifest it. That is the Moksha Marga. Understood the example, the crude example. If you take interest in Keval Gyan, that means you're interested in the Parya. That means you're interested in the Parya. You're not interested in the Dravya Samanya. That is Rag. You're having Rag. You're not happy with what you are. That is Dvesh. You're able to understand what I'm telling. All this I have learned from Panditji, dear.
Ma'am, you
So
said
I'm able to teach you
Namahu.
confidently.
You said Namahu Triloka Samharike. Samharike means
Savdhani,
Triloka.
Savdhani. It is Chedhala ka first poem, first verse. Chedhala, first dhal, first verse. Tina bhuvan mein sar, Vitarag Vigyanata, Shiva Swarup Shivakar, Namahu Tri. Samharike means Savdhani, say very carefully. I ignore them, I go beyond them and I absorb in this Gyan Swabhav. Absorb ka matlab kya hai? Muni level absorption will come when it has to come. First at the Shraddha level, Gyan level, it will come. Then at Charitra level and Tap level, it will come. Now you're understanding it, you're experiencing the desirelessness is Tap only. You're a Tapasvi. Swadhyay Param Tap. You're doing Swaka Adhyayan. You're doing Swaka Dhyan. Amidst all the more Ragvesh ka kolahal, you're focusing on the Gyan Darshan Swabhav. I am that, I am that, I am that. Tattvamasi, thou art that. And Samay Sar ki language mein, Aham eko suddho. I am made of Darshan Gnana Maya. Sada arupi. No death for me, no birth for me, no old age for me. No more Ragdvesh in me. Even though more Ragdvesh are happening, but they are Kashaya Atma. I am Gyan Atma. That faith and that Gyan will become strong. Then the absorption in it will become strong, which is just a matter of time. But without determining that at the Gyan and Shraddha level, we want at the absorption level, it won't come. So repeatedly, we have to do the Swadhyay and determine the nature of the soul. Then make our Gyan and Shraddha perfect first. The absorption and all is just a robotic activity. But we are worried about the absorption. We are not worried about correcting the Gyan and Darshan. So our Charitra mein all mistakes ki tha. See, doing Ragdvesh is not that bad as not understanding that I am not that Ragdvesh. Is bad. Even though you're doing Rag, you understand you are not the one who is doing Rag. It amounts to a lot of Purusharth. Even though you're getting angry, you understand you are not getting angry. It's only a Paryay, it's only Kashai ki Paryay, Karma ki Paryay. It is Aupadik Bhav. I am only a knower and seer of that Kashai also and Karma also. So ever I am a knower and seer only. I am that Dravya. Then that perfect knowing, seeing, Paryay will happen in that Dravya. Perfect knowing seeing. Now our knowing seeing is with more Agvesh. When you understand the Trikali, Dhruv, Dravya, Dravya, I am that. Then the Paryay becomes Nirmal, Nirmal. Nirmal means pure, 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 pure. So as you are, so you have become. You operate that way and you become an Arya. This is the only way for liberation. There is no other way for liberation. Even though we are Jains, we don't know about this Nishchay Vyavahar and Dravya Paryay. And then we don't know Agam. All Agam are written from these viewpoints only. Because you don't know the viewpoints, you don't know the essence of Agamas, we remain half-baked Jains, not Shuddha Jain. See, a true Jain is one who understands that he is the Jineshwar in the making, a Jineshwar in the making. That is Jai Jinendra. That is Jai Indriyon ko Jeetna. Okay, now I don't want to preach. Now come back over here. You understand what they're telling Agam ke Naya, how important it is. Now, these are all there in the Agamas, dear. But it was lost in the Shvetamba tradition. I have not come across this kind of classification of Nishchay Vyavahar in my 20 years of Agam studies. It is only here that we found all this in all these logic works. And thanks to my university studies, I studied all that, so I got all this. Otherwise, we wouldn't have got. And how many people study Jainism systematically, whether at the university level or at Paramagam level? How many people study? And those who study, do you think, are they sincerely studying? Okay, very important point. Next point. The Dravyarthik Naya talks about the unchanging reality. The Paryayarthik Naya focuses on the changing aspect of that reality. Clear? So, Dravyarthik Naya will focus on the eternal pure soul, which is Shuddha, Buddha, Ajara, Amara. Jara means old age. Ajara means no old age. Mara means death. Amar means no death. Paripurna, it is complete in itself. Whereas the Paryay, no. See, listen to me very carefully. When you understand this Dravya, which is Ajar, Amar, Shuddha, Buddha, in the Paryay, you will experience fearlessness, anxiety-lessness, equanimity, samata, samabhav, samaik. Understood the Vyavahar, how it starts? Then, in the Paryayarthik Naya, you are focusing on the impure Paryay, the incomplete, not incomplete, the impure Paryay, the flawed Paryay, the Apurna Paryay, and Gyan is Apurna, all that. Yet you don't experience fear or anxiety. Why? Because it's only a Paryay and the Paryay is going to change. So there is change amidst permanence and permanence amidst change. Amidst all the change, I am that permanent reality, which is untouched by karma, kashai, kaya, maya, everything. So you experience fearlessness and real vairagya and vitaragata will happen in the Paryay. You're able to understand?
No, ma'am. You say in Dravyarthik Naya, when there is Shuddha, Buddha, Ajara, Amara, and Paripurna, in Paryay you will have no fear, no anxiety and all. But you also said in Paryayarthik Naya, where there is...
Wait, 1 second. Take your first statement. When you apply the Dravyarthik Naya and understand that you are a pure soul, in that Paryay of your Gyan, you're a Gyan Swabhav Atma. In that Paryay of your Gyan, you won't have any fear or anxiety. That is Namo Jinanam Jiya Bhayan. I bow down to the Jina in me and I have conquered all fear. In the Parya, you will experience the fearlessness. Now, it has to be an Akhanda Paryay. Akhanda means it has to be a series of unbroken Paryay of fearlessness and anxietylessness, etc. Then within Antarmohara, you can become the Jina.
Yes.
Okay, this is one way of looking at it.
Yes, but you also said in Paryartik Naya, when there is Apurna and all the opposites of the Dravyartik Naya, you still don't experience fear.
No. Wait. You have to read the statement like this. In the Paryayartik Naya, what is the object under consideration? It is a Paryay.
Yeah.
That Paryay can be of Rag, can be of Dvesh, can be of Mithyatva. Any Paryay, no? In the Gyan, Rag is also coming, Dvesh is also coming. It is coming. So will you be worried? Will you be worried? No, this Paryay is going to change. See, first sentence we told it was the Gyan ki Paryay. Now we are talking about Rag Dvesh ki Paryay. Moh Mithyatva ki Paryay. Which is incomplete, which is not Shuddha, which is flawed.
You will not experience fear only if you know that it is a Paryartik Naya. You recognize that it is Paryay. A Mithyatva, can he recognize that he is a Mithyatvi? Or when he is in a Rag, can he recognize that he is undergoing Rag and Dvesh? If he only if he recognizes that he is in a Mithyatvic state or he is having Rag and Dvesh, will he not experience the fear or anxiety? But if he is in an ignorant state, he is going to not have any of these actually.
Listen. Let us take our example. We are all reading this Janvani and we have understood that we are that eternal pure soul. We are a knower and seer. But yet we are talking, we are eating, we are doing all Rag Dvesh. Yes or no? We know we are that source of light, but we are not able to approach it or manifest it. So we are all looming in the darkness of karma, kashai, kaya, maya, all these things are there. Now, do you own up for it? Are you the owner of those Paryay? Are you the owner of that Paryay? Means you are not that Gyan Swabhav. Even though you're doing more Rag Dvesh, are you not knowing that more Rag Dvesh is happening? So that knower is me. That is a Dravyartik point of view. That time this more Rag Dvesh is not in me, is gone. Is secondary. That doesn't mean it is not there in you. You matlab us. But when you say more Rag Dvesh is there, that time that Gyan Paryay Jeev is secondary. More Rag Dvesh Paryay is primary. But now you got the whole picture of the reality. So it won't lead to anxiety or tension in you that how come I got angry? I'm not supposed to get angry. It's a Paryay. It happened in the Vibhav Paryay, not in the Swabhav Paryay. Paryay is also two types, Vibhav and Swabhav. Like for example, your water, you're boiling the water. So the boiling water is Vibhav Paryay. It is not the Swabhav Paryay of the Jeev to ever remain at that boiling point. Likewise, we are boiling in karma and kashai and desire and anxiety, yet deep down, we are a knower and seer only and not this karma kashai. That Swabhav Paryay is happening. Vibhav Paryay is not me. You disown it. Then it will vanish from your chitta bhumi. But if you own it, yes, it is mine, means it will never leave you and go. थोड़ा समझ में आया?
Just one.
पूछो और क्या पूछना पूछो.
Yeah. ये जो आपने स्वभाव पर्याय बताई, madam. I'm just trying to understand how can we have a paryay in Swabhav itself, because Swabhav is constant, right?
Very good, very good, very good. Very nice question. See, Swabhav, ocean is one dravya. Now, there is no dravya without gun and paryay. Utpad, vyay, dravya, yuktam, sat, gun, paryay, but dravyam is the universal reality. There is no dravya without the paryay. But the paryay can be the swabhav, intrinsic pure paryay, or the impure paryay. The impure paryay is व्यवहार से बोलने में आता है. From the Gyan Samudra, what emanates? It's always the Gyan waves. But in the Gyan wave, the impurity of more Ragvesh ka kachra is there. And the waves throw away everything on the shore. Any dead body is there or anything is there, the wave throws it away. Nothing is there in that pure wave. So I am a Gyan Samudra, and from my Gyan Samudra, ever the Gyan Paryais are emanating, but they are mixed with all the more Ragveshka dirt, and that is why I am not able to see the crystal clear Atma. Because of all this avaran, because of all this karmic veils. But they are all veil, they are not the reality. I am the reality. I am the, kya bolte hain? Infinite suns cannot match the brilliance of my Gyanatma. Infinite moons cannot match the calmness of the Atma. Infinite oceans cannot match the unfathomable nature of the Atma. I am that. When you understand that, you have Mahima of that, then you absorb in it. Like how Aryan Siddha Bhagwan have absorbed in it and manifested the Keval Gyan. तो परमात्मा की महिमा आती है, आत्मा की महिमा नहीं आती. Like I'll give you one example. My servant, morning, my helper, I don't want to call servant, my domestic help in the morning, she took leave yesterday and she went to Tirupati. And she came this morning. So I just asked her, how was your visit? बहुत मजा आया, सब देखा. लेकिन है ना अंदर जाने को नहीं मिला. She went for darshan of the Pratima. That she didn't do, but everything else she got to do. It was so crowded. It was so crowded, There were so many people there. So इतनी अच्छी हवा आ रही थी, है ना. इतना बाहर में इतना सब देखा, मजा आ गया. She was same condition ours. हमें वो आत्मा के दर्शन नहीं है और बाहर में इतना अच्छा बताया, इतना मजा आया, इतना जिनवाणी समझ में आया, बाहर का सब समझ में आया. दर्शन हुआ क्या? आत्मा का दर्शन हुआ क्या?
That's true.
And she's not such a literate lady. तो उसको बहुत गुस्सा ज्यादा आता है. So anybody talks to her, she has to just shout and talk, So I always tell her, talk softly, talk softly. Your family will go away from you if you talk so rudely. Then she's like, मैं क्या करूं, मुझे इतना गुस्सा आता है. And then I just checked, she's got terrible gastric problem, terrible acidity problem, terrible issues. And I'm just trying to correct her food. I give her this juice, I give her methi ka pani, I give her ajwain ka pani, jeera pani. Pehle tum shant raho. Be your own friend first. Learn something. I tell her, thoda ye seekho. Bole nahi chadta hai, kuch nahi chadta. How you can help them? Bolo. Ab unko, when she will get to understand Atma, when she'll get to understand Paramatma, when she'll get to understand Moksha Marga, long way to go. But who knows? This Parya is very dangerous of hers. Maybe she's a very Patra Jeev and she can go to Mahavidya Kshetra from here because of all the punya that she's getting by serving me or whatever it is. But supposing she has, ye madam kya padha rahi hai? Kitna acha hoga. If she has like Kunda Dev. Kunda just gave the Shastra as daan and he got the Mahima of it. Like that, if she gets the Mahima of it and she goes to Mahavidya Kshetra, she can get Samyak Darshan before you and me. So no Paryay can be that bad to make the whole Dravya flawed. It's a Paryay only. It's a Vibhav Paryay only. All Siddha Bhagwan, Aryan Bhagwan ka biodata was bad. They were also ragi, dveshi, kababi, everything. So what if all these paryaya are there in me, but they will be only till yesterday? From now onwards, I'm going to be careful about it. That doesn't mean that today itself will become Muni and all the paryaya will become perfect. No. In my Shraddha Gyan, I've understood that they don't exist in me. They are other. They are all Pakistanis. I'm an Indian. Then the soldier in you will awaken and you will cut down any paryaya coming. Come. I'm ready. I'm awakened. I'm empowered. Like that, I'll shoot them down. Just by ignoring them, they get shot down. For the soldiers at the border, they can't ignore the terrorist. They have to attend to him. They have to face him. They can't run away. No fight reaction, no flight reaction. You have to face them. Here, you don't have to have a fight or a flight. You just have to see through their eyes and they will drop. They will drop. You just have to have the idea of how to see. That's all. How to see. That is only drishti ka parimarjan. Okay, come back. I can't keep going. Now, paryaya arthik naya focuses on the paryaya swabhav, which is non-eternal. See here. Now listen to me very carefully. When you're meditating, there are three things. Gyan, Gye, Gyayak. You cannot focus on Gyan. It is momentary paryaya, in which the Gye are coming. They are parivartanshil. That cannot be the object of meditation. That paryaya is incomplete. That paryaya is even though it is Shuddha paryaya, it is a paryaya. By the time you focus on it, it is gone. It is parivartanshil. It is gone. So the focus of meditation has to be the eternal knower, Gyayak, Gyata, Drishta, Swabhav, Vali, Atma. You can't judge the book by its cover like that. You can't judge the Atma just by one Nirmal Paryaya of Gyan. It is a reservoir of Anant Gyan ki Paryaya. And from this reservoir, only one day Keval Gyan is going to come. And I am that reservoir. When you focus on that and understand it as it is, that is Tattvartha Shraddhan, as it is. Then Samyak Darshan Gyan Charitra, everything happens, not otherwise.
So you make the Dhyayak the Dhyaya.
Your Gyayak will operate in Gyan only. Your Gyayak, the Samudra will operate through the waves. So you are cognizing the Gyayak also and the Gyan also. So when your Gyan becomes the Gye and your objective is the Gyayak, then your Gyan becomes the Swadravya, Swakshetra, Swakal, Swabhav. That is when your Upadan is risen. Otherwise, we are all in Paradravya, Parakshetra, Parkal, Parbhav, Parsamaya. This is Swasamaya, that is Parsam. That is why read Samayasar. We are going to read it next. That Atma is neither Pramatta nor Apramatta. It is the eternal Gyayak Bhav only. Matra Janna Mera Kam. When you understand you are a Gyayak, means you are a knower, you are only Gyan Darshan. All implied over there. So, but every moment more Agvesh is coming, no? Yeah, they will come because since Anadikala, I have not respected my Gyan Swabhav. I have only respected more Agvesh. So much of garbage is inside. And as you meditate, that garbage will come out. The more you meditate, the more garbage will come out. More upsarg will come, more parisha will come. And you should have the skill to handle it. If you don't have it, then you will fall down. So Samyak Drishti Jeev ke hi jada upsarg parisha will come because they know how to handle it. They are steering their way towards moksha. So as you go higher on the mountain, you should know how to face the prickly heat. As you go up, sun tap jada lagega na. When you're in your comfort zone, sitting at home, where you'll have this thing to face the heat. So the more advanced level you go, the more challenges will come. So it is like you go to higher classes and tougher question papers will come. Tougher paper come, you become a tougher IAS officer. Otherwise, you remain a mediocre. So you should know to take the exams. We are not knowing to take the exam, so we are in the same class. No promotion is happening. But the moment you understand that I have to examine myself and take the examination, you become worthy of conquering all the hardships and everything. Sab jay ho jata hai. And without Parisha Jaya, no Tirthankar has got anything without Parisha. Even the Tirthankars got all the hardships, but they knew how to overcome them just by the power of I am a pure soul. That is empowerment. That is empowerment. Okay, come back here. So Paryay Arthik Naya mein, the Vishay is the Paryay that is ever changing, and it can be the Swabhav Paryay, it can be the Vibhav Paryay. Here it is the Vibhav Paryay. So it is a Paryay only. It is going to go. It is going to go. So I don't have to worry about it. Aa gaya, gussa aa gaya. I am only a knower and seer, Paryay wala Atma. So the real Vitrag Vigyanta happens. Now, now the very important point, fourth point is telling, you can know the Jiva by applying the two Nayas in a proper way. Mere Dravyarthik Naya or mere Paryayarthik Naya will not help you. So we need both the Nayas. Next point. If you accept only the Dravya, it is Ekant. If you accept the Gyayak, it is Ekant, no Gyan in question. If you accept only Gyan, from where this Gyan wave has come? From the Dravya. So when you accept only one, it is Ekant. But when you accept both, it is Anekant. Then only the real concentration can happen. So if you don't accept the Paryay, then the Dravya, you have not understood the Dravya. If you accept the Dravya, but you don't understand the Paryay, you don't know the Dravya. You know the Paryay, but from whose Paryay it is, you don't know. So you neither know the Dravya, you neither know the Paryay. So that way the fifth point is told. Okay. So both the Nayas you have to accept and you should know how to apply. This is called Dravya Paryay ki Sandhi. Okay. So if you accept Paryay, Dravya ko svikar na kare, so where the Paryay is going to focus? What will be the focus point of the Paryay? Then you will miss the bus. Now, next point, sixth point, Naya is a part of Shrut Gyan. Praman mein 5 types of Gyan comes and Shrut Gyan mein comes Naya. Okay, so it talks about the part. Shrut Gyan always talks about the part. But that part is of whose? Part belongs to the whole.
Of the whole.
It belongs it is of the whole. So if you say you know the part, that means you should know the whole also, whose part it is. But if you say you know the whole, but you don't know its parts, like I say I know the ocean, but I don't know its parts. I don't know that it is waves. I don't know that it is unfathomable. So I don't know the whole also. Supposing I tell you, yes, I know the ocean, but I give you the description of a river or a lake, then you'll understand, no, madam doesn't know what ocean is. Okay, chalo. So, Ansh Nayo ke Nishedh se, when you don't accept the Naya Gyan, even the Praman Gyan will not happen. Next, very important point. Samyak Darshan Gnan Charitra Moksha Marga. I'll request you all to listen to my Friday classes also. वहां पर हो सके कुछ आपको समझ में आ जाए. See here, this Ratnatraya Moksha Marga, 3 things you can note down. Utpatti, Vriddhi, Purnata. Write down. Utpatti, Vriddhi, Purnata. Utpatti means starting. Vriddhi means increase, steady rise, steady increase. And Purnata means perfection. Utpatti, Vriddhi, Purnata. Okay. When you look at the Bhagwan Atma, Moksha Marga Utpatti starts. Clear? Utpatti means the beginning of the Moksha Marga. Utpatti means beginning of Moksha Marga. You continuously look at the Bhagwan Atma, applying the Dravyarthik, Paryayarthik, Naya in deep meditation. Then the Vriddhi of Ratnatraya happens. And when you absorb in it and never come out of it, out of what? Out of that Trikal Dhruv Dravya. The perfection of Ratnatraya happens. That becomes Pratyaksh Gyan. So how this Paroksh Gyan leads to the Pratyaksh Gyan? Understood? So now let us read this paragraph. It says, Ratnatraya ki Utpatti Vriddhi Purnata can happen only by understanding the Dravya Swabhav, the eternal pure nature of the Jiva, applying the Dravyarthik Naya, and when you apply the Dravyarthik Naya, you understand the reality. Now the operation of Ratnatraya, the Vyavahar will happen. Clear? That is the Sandhi of Nishchaya and Vyavahar. Without this application of Dravyarthik Naya, this Mithyatva, Ekant, is most dangerous and it cannot help you to overcome the Rag ka Roga. है ना, राग का रोग का शमन नहीं होगा. Your rag will not go. Okay, vitragata will not come. Vitragata will not come means Keval Gyan will not come. So what is between us and Keval Gyan is our rag, or it is our lack of understanding of the pure soul. Is between us and the moksha. Hence, samyak jnana pramana evam ansha rupa naya, both are important. Samyak Jnan will help you to understand the Praman and the whole, and then the Naya will help you to understand its parts, and that is when you will understand the whole reality. Next point, 8th point, I think last point, he says, Atmanubhuti ke liye. है ना, all this Ratnatraya is Atma ki anubhav ke liye. So Atma is a complex reality of Gyan, Darshan, Sukh, Rag, Vesh, Moh, everything. Some are its Swabhav, some are Vibhav, some are intrinsically there, some are acquired. So without applying this Vyavahar, you cannot differentiate between the Shuddha Paryay and the Ashuddha Paryay. And you cannot have that soul science, you cannot have that Ved Vigyan, you cannot have the Atmanubhuti. Now concluding, he says, thus we see that through Praman and Naya, in brackets is put Dravyarthik Naya and Paryayarthik Naya, Vitrag Bhav ka Utpadak Sarthak Upayogi will not be there. Only when you apply this Dravyarthik Paryayarthik Naya, you get the complete picture of reality. That is when you will have Vitragata, and Vitragata will start, Vitragata will happen, manifest. Okay, so through Praman, you know the whole reality, but that reality operates through parts, so you know it through the Nayas. Hence, without understanding the Naya Chakra, you cannot have that understanding of reality. So with the understanding of Naya Gyan, you get Samyak Darshan, Samyak Jnan, and then you understand the Dravya Samanya, and to reach there, the Naya and the application of Naya is important. Thus, in brief, we can say that Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya, both look at different parts of the reality and they help us to understand it completely. That is why, along with Praman, you need the Naya also. This is up to page number 12. Okay. Now, what I'll request you all to do is, you have to go through the next two passages. Dravya Paryay ki Sandhi and is the nature of reality for our benefit. 2 passages are given. You have to read and come for the next class. Now, come to page number, what page number? 29. Come to page number 28, 29. I'll just quickly tell you, then you will read it and come. If you don't read it and come also, I'm there. But if you can, read and come. On page number 28, they have given a chart. There they have given Dravya number 1, Dravya number 2, Dravya number 3. See here, this Vastu, look at me, all of you look at me. This Vastu they have given over here, no, is Dravya number 1. Here in Dravyarthik Naya they are talking, no, their Dravya is coming. That is Vastu number 2, Dravya number 2. Then here again this Dravya is coming. That is Dravya number 3. So when we talk about Dravya, in different things it is different meaning. So here, look at their picture on 28. Dravya is a Pramanika Vishay. In Praman, you will know that Dravya. But it operates through Dravyarthik Naya, Paryayarthik Naya viewpoint. There again, the Dravya number 2 is there. Viewpoint. Now, under Dravyarthik Naya, you have Samanya Vishesh. Dravya Samanya, Dravya Vishesh. Under Kshetra, you have Abhed Bhed. Under Kal, you have Nitya Anitya. The chart that is given out is explained over here. Okay, under Bhav, you have Ek Anek. So when you focus on the Samanya Abhed Nitya Ek, it is Dravyarthik Naya. And when you focus on the Vishesh, Bhed Anitya Anek, it is a Paryayarthik Naya. This chart is given here and told over here. Now, this Dravyarthik now, see a Dravyarthik Naya, they have given here, no, is of 10 divisions, given on page number 29. But only 6 are given over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not reading it out, you read it out afterwards. Shuddha Dravyarthik, Ashuddha Dravyarthik, Anvay Dravyarthik, etc., etc. Now, the first 2 are of 3 divisions each, given on page number 30. There you see there, take page number 30 ka chart. Upar they have given Dravyarthik viewpoint. Then they have given Shuddha Dravyarthik Naya, Ashuddha Anvay. Under Shuddha, Ashuddha 3 they have given. You can see how to read this chart. Karmopadhi, Veda Kalpana, Utpadhyay Nirapeksh, and then Karmopadhi, Sapeksh, all 6 divisions. And then 4, 5, 6 are given. Are you able to see how to read this chart? Got it? 1 to 10 are given over there. Now come to page number 42. Paryayarthik Naya. Again, it is of how many divisions? How many divisions is given on page number 38? Paryayarthik Naya, 6 divisions. Paryayarthik Naya, 6 divisions. What are those 6 divisions? Keep page number 38 and 42 before you. So first is Anadi Nitya Paryayarthik Naya. Then comes Sadi Nitya Paryayarthik Naya. They are told under 1 May, 1, 2. You understand? Under Nitya, 1 and 2 are given. Then the second one they have given, no, come to the right one, Anitya Paryay. It is of 2 divisions, Shuddha, Shuddha. Those 2 are of 2 divisions. That is how you have 6 main divisions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have numbered it here. They have given the number over there. But they are divisions of a larger picture. So these all we will study in the upcoming 2 weeks, and I'll finish this book in 2 weeks. And we'll take the next book. Class is over. Thank you all.
Ma'am, next week is Mahavir Jayanti. Are we having classes?
We will reschedule it. We will reschedule it.
To evening?
We'll see, Ma. I can't tell right now. Or we can have on Saturday itself. Or we can have on Saturday itself
Yes, ma'am.
instead of Sunday.
Mahavir
Okay.
are going to.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Jai Jinendra.
Yes.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Jai
Yeah,
Jinendra.
Ananta Upata, इसके लिए भवानी माँ
माँ को वंदना शत बार.
जय जिनेंद्र dear.
Jai Jinendra.
Ma'am, I looked into the Tamil literature for Naya in Tamil literature last time you told to look actually. But there is, I can't find the name for Naya in Tamil literature, ma'am. It's not sort of given. Most of them are Prathamanuyog books and the others are didactic. There is no Tattva literature given actually.
No, it should be there. Look बारीकी से देखो. Look deeply, you will find it. Sit with a scholar. He'll help you to read it.
Okay.
You may not be able to see it, but somebody can help you see it.
Maybe Guna ma'am can say. Guna ma'am, you're there.
Yeah, I'm here, Shubham.
Do we have Naya in Tamil literature?
Yeah, the Talalapatiti book is there, no? That is in Tamil.
The Naya Chakra book.
Not, it talks about Naya only.
But
Tamil-
Ala Paddhati is not written in Tamil. It's a translation. She's talking about the Tamil
translation.
Jain literature.
I don't know, ma'am. Only translations, I think.
No, Ala Paddhati is not a Tamil text. It's a translation.
Yes, ma'am, translation.
She's talking about the Tamil Jain literature. I'm sure it will be there.
I'll have a chat, ma'am. I'll find
Yeah.
out.
You talk to scholars who know it thoroughly. Talk to some Shastris. Talk to some Shastris, Umapati Shastri. They may not be
Ma'am,
experts.
most of the Shastris know the Sanskrit, Prakrit and Hindi books.
They don't know
They
Tamil
say
literature.
that Tamil Pandityam
Ask
is
Jambush
the
Kumar Shastri. Ask Jambu Kumar Shastri.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Ask Kanak Ajita sir. Ask Jambu Kumar Shastri.
Yeah.
Okay, Jai Jinendra.
Jai Jinendra, ma'am. Thank you very much.